Trading bots. Can you make passive income just using a crypto trading bot? The short answer is maybe, depending on the conditions. And in this video, I'm going to tell you what you can do to maximize your chances. None of this is financial advice, it's purely educational, so let's carry on with that. First of all, don't fall for any of the scams promising you 10,000% guarantee, $10,000 million guaranteed, because none of that works. Actually, there are a couple of things that might work, but you still have to be careful and you still have to maybe do a bit of work before you actually run a bot. And I'm going to talk about that in this video. I'm going to show you some of the bots that actually work, and you don't have to pay for them because you just have to have an account with Bybit or OKX or maybe Pionex. Those are the legit platforms that allow you to do some of the botting. The more complicated level is actually creating a bot yourself, coding from scratch. High frequency trading is a thing. Hedge funds are doing that to make money on traditional markets. Most of the transactions on the traditional markets are through the bots. However, those bots are not that simple that you just click a button and then do nothing, because you still have to observe how those bots are performing and adjust the strategy or use some more refined techniques like machine learning to refine the strategy for you. So definitely that's not a passive income. The only passive income or close to passive income is basically DCAing in. So you buy consistently and you can use a bot for that, or grid bots that you define a range. For example, in the sideways market, we're often in a bear market, we have those sideways. If you can define the range properly, you're going to make money. However, this is not for the unlimited time. You only get a limited amount of capital in and limited amount of capital out. Of course, depending on the movements, you'll be up or down. There are also risks attached. So let's get started with that. So in this video, I want to show you how you can have your own bot with not much of the work, and it might be working, but you still have to be careful defining the range where the bot is moving. So we'll be mostly talking about the grid bots. The idea behind a grid bots are basically, the idea is that you have those grids. So you define the levels where the bot is buying and where the bot is selling. So whenever the price is going 1% up, it's basically selling, and when the price is going 1% down, it's basically buying. So you also you want to just use all those movements up and down to maximize your profit, and depending how many grid levels you have, the more volatility, but also the more money you can make in the end. And this is what I'm going to show you. So let's start with Bybit trading, because that's probably the easiest to start. Simply just signing up for Bybit. You can check the link down below in the description, and then going to trading bot. After you click that, you'll be here on this screen, and you will have a bunch of options. And the simplest option that I mentioned is basically spot grid bot. If you click on create a bot right now, you'll be taken to this screen. You can choose couple of parameters here. So as I've mentioned, you can choose what crypto you want to trade. So let's, for example, go to Bitcoin. You have the current price at $1,600, and then $16,000, and then you can define the range that you want the price to be moving. So for example, I think that in the next couple of weeks, the price will be moving between 14 and 20,000. That's my price range, and the bot will operate only in those price bounds. So the bot will actually divide this price range into those grids, and once it ticks the grids, once it touches the grids going up, it will buy. Once it touches the grid going down, it will sell. Basically, that's the other way around. Touches going up, it will sell. The touching going down, it will buy. So and this is how many grids you want to have. So depending on the number of grids, as you can see, you have the simulation here for example, what's the difference between the interval, it's $120 here. For example, I could get 20 grids, there will be 300, and depending on that you have the estimated profit per grid. So this is exactly the price movement that I've mentioned. So for example, to have this 1%, if you put now 30 grids, you basically will have 1% movement. So once the price goes up 1%, you will be buying. Once it goes down, it will be selling, and that's basically it. And you can put how much money you want to put into the bot, create now, and that's it. And you'll be able to see the bot right on the Bybit. It's actually pretty simple. You can stop the bot any moment. You can see the progress of the bot. It's really that simple. As you can see, you can also click on AI strategy. This is basically using the Bybit is using the information directly from the exchanges to optimize the range for you, choosing the grids, choosing the price range. So actually, if you just want to have no work at all, then basically the only thing you want to do is basically just choose a pair, click on AI strategy. I can do that, for example, with some other crypto. I just click on AI strategy. As you can see, I have defined range, defined number of grids, and the only thing I'm doing is putting how much money I want to put into that. The minimum here is 150. So for example, let's create that. I need to confirm that, and as you can see, some of the ETH will be bought right away. So some of the crypto will be bought right away at the market price, and then depending on the movements, I'll be selling or buying more. So this is the thing. I won't be doing that for now. Let's go back to the homepage and let's discuss another kind of bot. So maybe I'll mention just futures grid bot right away. Futures grid is basically the same thing as the. You can also use the AI strategy. It's the same thing as the spot grid bot. The only difference is that futures or perpetual contracts are also for shorting, so you can both use that when you can short, so you can make money also going down, and it's this strategy, if optimized, might be even better than spot grid buying, but it's more risky. Again, you can do the manual thing here, going with the price range. You have the additional parameter of leverage, as you can see here, but basically it's the same. So I have, as you can see, Bitcoin to USDT. Clicking on AI strategy and clicking on neutral, I have all the parameters, but I can also define long and short strategies, and also there's different optimized for me AI strategy. So I can choose that, or I can change whatever parameters I want here. So it's really simple. It's really just using that thing and then putting the amount of investment you want to get into that to create your own bot. Again, this strategy is only good if the market is going sideways. If you have like very aggressive movements going up or aggressive movements going down, then the best way for going down is basically just sell everything. Or if you're really brave, then start shorting. But for going up, buy and hold is the best thing. So you'll make more money with buy and hold mostly than you were if you were just using the grid bot in that case. But grid bot will allow you to, like, if there's nothing happening in the market and the market is just going, sideways, then that's the best way to use a grid bot. Okay, the final one, DCA bot. DCA is just for buying. It's DCA stands for dollar cost averaging, and it's just that. So for example, let's say I want to buy Bitcoin every 4 weeks, every month, and I want to buy $100 of Bitcoin. The worth, that's it basically. So I can put the maximum amount of investment, but basically if I have USDT on my account, it will be automatically transferred swapped into Bitcoin each month, which is pretty great. So this is what happens. Also very simple. If you want to buy a particular cryptocurrency in the long term and you want to average over the price, this is a good thing. You don't have to remember anything, just set up a DCA bot and it will be done for you. Those are the free bots available on Bybit. Now the cool thing also is that you can see the daily ranking with some crazy APRs. I wouldn't, well, you can look at those, but probably you won't get the same results, because if it's already done, then probably the strategy is not working anymore, but maybe you can do something similar. So for example, the cool thing is that I can see all those things that are happening here, and for example, copy the action and see exactly what kind of bot was done. So I can see the number of grids, I can see the price range that was done, the interval, and stuff like that. So and basically do the same thing. So copy exactly the winning strategy. However, still you have to remember that those are historical results and they not necessarily will be valid in the next couple of days even, because this market is so volatile. However, it's definitely worth taking a look at that for training purposes and for education, because you will learn how people are thinking and what kind of bots they trying to launch. So let's see some other things as well. For example, there's some kind of a LTC bot on Litecoin which has some great action recently, and you can see the price range, number of grids, and again the profit grid. So this one is basically 1 to 2% profit grid. The previous one on Gala was 6 to 12%, which is much higher. But it worked. Depending on the movements of the coins, you can have different parameters, and this is what's winning. And again, those bots won't work forever. I mean, in the end, they won't hurt you that much. I mean, at least if you believe that the price of the particular coin will go above your range. For example, if we believe that Bitcoin and Ethereum will go again to the highs from the 2021, then you'll be fine. However, if the coin stays low and it will go below your range, this is how you lose money with grid bots. And there's no way around it, because basically you're holding the coins that you bought at those different levels. So if you decide to quit the bot, you basically will lose money by selling the coins below the price you purchase it. So you have to take that in mind, that you can also, of course, lose money with spot grid bots. Okay, having discussed that, that's the main thing. If you want to use other platforms, there's also OKX. OKX is working very similarly. So right now we're going to OKX. You just have to click on trading bot after you go to trade. You can go to trading bot directly and you will have very similar options. Again, you can, I'm currently choosing Bitcoin to USDT again, and there's a bunch of bots you can use. So for example, and they are more complicated, there's different like arbitrage strategies, iceberg, recurring buy, spot DCA, that's the same, spot grid, this is exactly what I discussed. And again, you can either do that manually or pick an AI strategy, and just the only parameter you will have to choose is how much you want to invest in the end. This is the only thing you have to choose. So also OKX is great with that. You have many options. You can also do the moon grid, which is very simple, but this is like the spot grid with much wider range of the price. As you can see here, going from 13,000 to 18,000 for Bitcoin. And again, I can just put how much money I want to put into this particular investment, into this particular bot, and basically that's it. Also, if you want to go into perps, you can choose one of the perps and go for the futures grid. Similar thing. You can have long, short, or neutral position. And again, with AI strategy, they have this backtested 7-day APY that you can take into account, but it's not guaranteed in any way. And again, you can just use that, copy that to manual settings, and then maybe change it yourself if you want to try with something different. So for example, using arithmetic or geometric grids, depending on like whether you want to have them like in the same spacing, or maybe in a geometric one where the space is increasing with each grid going up or down. And then again, there are how many grids you want to have, and that will give you the profit per grid that will be taken in the end. And again, short, neutral, so pretty much very similar to Bybit, depending on which one to use. I have no preference here, both are cool. I think what's really cool on Bybit is having this social bot, so you can really learn a lot from others that are trying to do different stuff. So this is really cool if you're just a beginner and looking for options. Okay, Now, the final thing that I wanted to mention is Pionex. Pionex is on another side of spectrum. It's definitely more complicated, and I wouldn't recommend that unless you already tried things on Bybit or OKX, because apart from having grid bots, they are working pretty much similarly. I don't want to even mention that here, but basically you have also a bunch of other bots that are more complicated, using different tactics, using leverage as well, using more advanced concepts, and also there's a lot of tweaking as well. So Pionex is for those more advanced. Definitely wouldn't recommend it for beginners, or at least, well, maybe beginners can use it as well. For grid trading, bots are the same everywhere. So in the end, like if you just want to go with grid trading, that's the same everywhere, and you'll be fine. However, Pionex is definitely for more advanced traders. So I wanted to mention that, but I won't go into details here. Again, I think Bybit is the simplest example of what you can do, especially that they have this promo with zero fees right now. So it's really the simplest thing to start with. Again, I want to finish this video, but just by saying that crypto trading bots do work, but it's not like a free passive income where you have like no obligations, you just click a couple of buttons and all will be done for you, because if that would be so, everybody would be doing that and everybody would be super rich, and it's not the case. There are only a couple of people, or like dozens of people, who really make consistent returns on using different bots, and we really have to be in the game to do that. The best thing you can expect from the bots is that in the sideways market you can make some additional income, but it won't be like super hardcore 10,000%. It will be more like 5% of what you have already. So this is like the better expectation. Even 5% per month is on a consistent basis, that's really a lot. And if you can make that, probably you won't be even able to make that in a consistent way, but you might have a couple of months where you will make that. And if you have good ranges, then probably this percentage is right. So definitely have a look at Bybit trading bot. This is the simplest thing you can start with. Have a look at the leaderboard, have a look at what people are trading, what pairs they were winning in the past days. You can also see the active duration, so for how long the bot is running. And as you can see, this is pretty new thing. This is like 2 days and a couple of hours, couple of days, 13 days, 15 days. That's actually a lot, but this is not like a thing running for a year. People really change tactics, because if you were to stay with one tactic, you're guaranteed to go down at some point, because this is not a consistent return. You have to change the ranges, you have to stop the bots, run the bots again, and so on. So not a passive income, but might complement your crypto trading in markets like we are in right now, which are super sideways. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more crypto tips, crypto hints, crypto product reviews, and much more. See you in the next video. Cheers.